Hello GIS students, this is a brief tutorial just to practice some skills on Excel and make sure that you know exactly what to do. This will be uploaded onto Microsoft Teams, so you don't need to open up your own document. The way that you get an Excel document is you go to Teams, you find the assignment, and there is that one there for you, and you will be graded on that one. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to use Excel to set up and plot some simple data. I'm going to show you exactly how you do that and then tell you what it is that you will be graded on in this instance. Later on you will be plotting your own graphs, and I'm not going to show you step by step. I'll just tell you what I want the graph to be, and you will have to go through and do all of that yourself. So this one we're going to do a simple line graph. Okay, so we obviously need to have a heading. This is a fictional plant that I've been growing over the past few weeks. Okay, so over time I've been measuring the height of this plant as it has been growing. Okay, I've been measuring it every day. So my first heading is going to be time in days. Okay, now you can see that that has come over from column A into column B, and I don't like that. Okay, that bracket there has come over into the other column. So what I'm going to do is just select that cell there, the little squares are known as cells, okay, and I want the text to be wrapped within that text. And one of the buttons that I use for that is over here, okay, and it's called Wrap Text. So it's going to put that into the same box, okay. For me, I quite like it when the text sits in the middle of the boxes, but you don't have to do that. It's kind of up to you. And the same buttons that you would see on Word, if I click this one here, it just means it goes into the center, and I think it looks a little bit neater. Okay, so I'm going to start from day 0 and go to day 1, and I actually want to go down to 12 days of recording. I don't actually need to type all the way down. What I can do is say to Excel, this is the pattern that I want. Okay, so I've selected, I'll just come away from that and go back, and I've selected those 2 squares by holding down my mouse. And in the bottom here, there's a little green square. Okay, I can bring that down, and I'm going to go to here. Oh, I need to go one further, and we've got to day 12. Okay, again, I'm going to put those in the middle just because I think it looks nicer. It doesn't matter if you don't want to. Okay, now my next column, my column B, I want to talk about the height of the plant. Okay, so I'm going to put that as my heading. And obviously I also need to have a unit, okay? And we're going to use centimeters for the fictional height of this fictional plant. Again, this has come over into the next column, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to wrap the text, okay? I'm going to put it in the middle. All right, so this fictional plant, it didn't grow for 3 days, okay? I was watching and watching and it didn't grow, so it was at 0 centimeters. Then on the 4th day, it grew 1 centimeter. The 5th day, it went from 1 centimeter to 3. On day 6, it was at 5 centimeters. Day 7, it was on 7 centimeters, so it kept growing. Got to 9 centimeters, and then it did that thing that plants do where they grow and then they start to kind of level off. So then it stayed at 9 centimeters for the rest of the time. Okay, guess what I'm going to do? Lovely. Now, it's quite hard to see that data over there at the moment. It doesn't really stand out very well against the rest of the squares. So I want to put some borders around my squares. Okay, not squares, cells, I should use the correct terminology. Okay, so I'm going to go up to here, and it looks like a little window, all right? And I'm going to go to the one that has all of the borders and click so my table looks nice. All right, now I'm going to plot a graph of that data. Because this is continuous data, so it's numerical data for both the independent and the dependent variable, I want a certain type of graph. If we were drawing this in our books, we would refer to it, or talking about it in maths lessons, we would refer to it as a line graph. But Excel doesn't really do line graphs the way that we want them to do, okay? So the one that I want you to choose is called a scatter. And we want a line of best fit here, so we're going to choose a marked scatter. Okay, so I'm going to go to Insert, all right, and then all over here we have the different type of charts. I'm going to ignore line graph, don't want that. I'm going to go to Scatter, and then I want this second one. Okay, so it's the smooth lines and the markers. All right, and there we go. We have our graph. Now, those of you that do particularly well at your Criterion B and C assessments will see that there are some things missing from that. You will be thinking, oh, well, that's not a very good title, and you'll be correct. And you can see that there are no headings and no units on the X and the Y axes. Okay, so I'm going to go here to Chart Tools and click on Chart, and that is going to let me amend and add certain things. So here it says Chart Title, and it says Edit Chart Title. So I'm going to say Graph showing the growth of a plant over 12 days. Okay, I'm going to click OK. So there we go, graph showing the growth of the plant over 12 days. All right, now I want to add my horizontal axes. Okay, and I'm going to put the title below the axis. That's our x-axis, and that is our time, days. Okay, now I'm going to do my y-axis, and I'm going to say height of plant, centimeters. Okay, so we've got a nice title there. We have a heading and units on the x-axis. We have a heading and units on the y-axis. Okay, so I would like you please to upload that to Microsoft Teams. And in Teams, we have a rubric to tell you exactly what you need to do. So what we're looking out for is headings and units. We want borders around the table. Okay, on your graph, we want to have the correct type of graph. We want to have a title and your headings and units and headings and units. Okay, thank you.